Hi everybody, I'm back. I hope you didn't think I failed NCLEX and jumped off a bridge or something, because I did not. Um, I actually passed NCLEX. Oh my gosh. Um, I took my NCLEX on February 6th, and it was I didn't tell anyone. I told very few people about NCLEX and when I was taking it because I didn't want the pressure, especially around work. So I was telling everyone the first week of February. That's when I was taking it. Sometime in there, I'm taking the NCLEX. And then I only really had like one coworker going, "Come on, just tell me. I won't tell anyone." I was like, "No, the pressure." But everyone was really supportive, and they were like, "Oh, you are going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to be back on the floor in different color scrubs." So, but yes, I passed NCLEX, and I've been working on my floor. Let's see, this is my third week of orientation, and it's going pretty well. The transition was easier because I'd already been working on my floor, so I already knew all the people who worked on the floor, and I already knew where everything was, and I already know the hospital. So there wasn't really any kind of like major transition period of not knowing uh, where I was going, what I was doing, to just knowing what was going on. So that made it a lot easier, and I'm very, very, very thankful that I had that job before I became a nurse. And it made things, everyone says, like all the other nurses who didn't have that opportunity said, like, this would have been so much easier if I had been an SNA or whatever, or CNA, that you know what I mean. So I'm very, very, very thankful that I had that SNA job for the few months that I had it before I took the NCLEX. And I went with Kaplan, like I told you guys before. And what can I say about Kaplan? Kaplan was okay. I'll just do a little brief review. Um, I would say if you are someone who needs help with knowing how to break down a question and really figure out what a question is asking, take Kaplan, because that's what you're going to be doing. I'm really itchy. It's a 4-day class, like all day, and you're going through the different categories that NCLEX focuses on, and just going through the different questions and figuring out how to answer them properly. And I would say that there wasn't really content review per se, uh, except within the context of the questions that were being asked. There really was a content review like I kind of thought it was going to be. But if you are someone who is looking for a content review, don't do Kaplan, because you're going to be disappointed and feel like you wasted your money. So I would say do more like a Hearst review, or something like that. The Sylvia Rayfield review was good at the time, but I don't really think it helped me personally. I really think the Kaplan prepared me in just, I mean, the resources are what really make Kaplan worth the money, and it is expensive. It's not cheap. My school got like a discount, so it was like $379 for the class, and you can do an in classroom, where you can do it online from your home if that makes it easier for you. But you have to be committed to that same block of time, so it's not like whenever. But for Kaplan, there's like the Q Bank with a ton of questions. I think like 1,200 questions, and then there's within Kaplan there's the readiness test and the diagnosis test, and then there's 7 question bank trainers, which go from like 75 questions to full 265 questions to get you used to the amount of time that you might have to take NCLEX, depending on what you get. So that certainly helped to give me an idea. Like if I had gotten all 265 questions, I knew it was probably going to take me around 5 hours. And fortunately for myself, I was in and out with 75 questions, which I was so thankful for. And I wasn't expecting it. I was, hoping so that I didn't have to spend my entire day at Pearson. But luckily, I was out of there at 75. And I remember when I got to question 75 and I was picked my answer, I was like, okay. I had to give myself a pep talk. I was like, okay, it might keep going. If it keeps going, just keep going. It's okay. It's going to stop eventually, but just keep going. Don't expect it to stop right now, but just keep going. And fortunately, the blue screen came up, and then you get a little questionnaire at the end. My nose is itchy. Sorry. And then you go home. And it was, oh, my heart was racing right after that. It's like, oh my gosh. So, and I didn't know how to feel. Like, I thought, like, at the end, I was going to feel like I totally failed, and I was going to go home crying, and Scott was going to have to comfort me for like a week. And I just didn't know how to feel. And then I went home, and I did the Pearson View trick, so called, where you go and like register for the test again. And then if it doesn't take you, like if you get the good pop-up, so-called, a good pop-up where it says you've already registered for this exam, blah, 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 you pass. And then if it takes you to the credit card page to pay for it, you failed. And in my case, it was very true. I got the pop-up and I immediately started crying from pure happiness and relief. And so very, very, very exciting moment. And then went to celebrated for like a week. Cupcakes and good food and all of that. So yeah. And then I took the test on a Wednesday, and then my license was posted on Michigan's website on the following Tuesday. And then that morning, my boss called me and was like, "Do you have something to tell me?" And I was like, "Yes." And everyone was very, very excited. And then, I got to go back and see my coworkers for a couple, before I started, because I had to go for other things like benefits and stuff. And I had to drop some stuff off to my boss. And everyone just gives me hugs. And then some people I didn't get to see for a couple days. So I was getting like double takes, like, what? And everyone was just very, very happy for me and happy to have me on the floor. And it's been good so far. I mean, I been going back and forth, like we have like orientation classes where we're learning like some stuff I already know, like the computer charting and just trach care and the wound care, like the type of equipment that we use, type of supplies that we use for such things, so stuff like that. And it's kind of boring, but it's helpful. Clearly it's helpful. It's what I need to know. So kind of some days are in class, some days you're on the floor, and it's a good way to get started. And I like how they're doing it. I don't know if they could make it more concise or what, but it used to be like they would just do a week straight of just classes and then you'd be on your floor. So I don't know if I would like that either. But now I'm done with the orientation classes. And now I have to do telemetry class, and it's like 3 days of telemetry, and then I take a test, another hard test. One of my coworkers said it's like a really hard test. I'm like, I thought I was done with hard tests. Like, can I be done now? Uh, so just a little bit more studying, learning all about telemetry. And it's just been very exciting and very fun to start my adult life finally. You know what I mean? Going to start looking at houses and heading in that direction. So I'm just very happy that I never have to take NCLEX again. Oh my gosh, it's just such a weight off the shoulder once that is done and you pass, and it's just very, very exciting. So now I'm just going to go to bed because I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to work tomorrow. I will be and I'll make another video soon. I'll go through some of the NCLEX books that I was going through and do like a review on those. So until next time, keep studying, keep doing what you're doing, keep your heads high, and good luck.